Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Body Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Dalude. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a raw glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the plates, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers that retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja turtle back, turtle clans get defeated. Hot in the ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast, go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And for some reason, this happens every week. I got an issue with my voice, and it sucks. But hopefully I can work this out. This has been like that since I got out for work. So hopefully, like I said, all of this can just work itself out. It sucks, but here we are. And on today, we're going to discuss Peacemaker episode 2. And to me, this was a really, I'm not gonna lie, I still think Peacemaker is hitting it out the park. And this episode was another layer to that. And I think this smaller version. When James Gunn is really to me on the small screen is I think he has set out the parts the best. That's just me personally. But hopefully, again, you guys are happy. Hopefully, you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
all right? All right. I got some situations going on. So hold on real quick. I'm gonna be right back because I'm having some issues with StreamYard. So give me a second. All right, all right, all right. I'm just having some technical some technical and physical difficulties. I can't talk or any of that. And like I said, I think it's the crap that be in the air at my job because I was perfectly fine. And then there's just a lot of dust and crap. So it just happened like towards the end of the night. So it's crap. It's my sinuses. You know what I'm saying? That's affecting my voice. But let me shout out everybody is in here. And I'm gonna get to this. This is probably not gonna be a long episode. Just because I just hate hearing my voice like this. And of course, I'm in the business to give you guys the best show possible. And it's always something. And it be pissing me off. So Junior Network, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Roberta, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tina, aka Minty Gazzle, good morning. Mm. Marley Moore, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mika G, what's up, what's up? And don't forget to hit up Cinematic Nightmares. We're we're Mika G is the host. Aisha, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sharita, good morning, good morning, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, the X-Man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wavy Thames is up here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Trust me, I got the tea. It's the crap. It's a lot. It's a lot. Um, but let me shout out everybody that's part of the crew, and we're just gonna dive right into this. So let me shout out all of you beautiful, magnificent people. Let's go, and then we're gonna get into this episode breakdown of Peacemaker. Hold up, wait a minute, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. And I'm gonna try to keep my voice low just as much as possible so I can get through this. But I'm not gonna lie, if it starts getting worse than this, then y'all already know. Um, you know, we'll kick it for the rest of the show, but I will end it. I'm just trying to maintain this, and it sucks right now. But Give me just a second. Let's go ahead and transition over. But of course, I'll be right back with more of the Dre Max Show.
Hey y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
I don't like the way the honey sauce dripping on my chicken wings, my chicken wings. But I got the honey sauce, the honey sauce for your chicken wings, for your chicken wings, yeah.
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You've got to buy your own.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. We gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. And I'm trying everything, and this sucks. But this episode was called "A Man Is Only as Good as His Bird." So let's get into it. Um, this was again another fantastic episode. Tim Meadows being in this series brings a level of comedy in here that's not annoying. It's actually refreshing and it's funny as all hell. I love every minute of this. So let's get into it. Of course, if this this is sucking. But if this is your first time watching this, then I skip past, I skip every 10 seconds, especially in this show, because you never know when somebody's butt cheeks gonna be hanging out or whatever. So I skip every 10 intervals. I do analysis, breakdown, and an overview of what's going on in the show. So let's make it happen. So this actually is the introduction of Rick Flag Sr. What up, Junior Vision? This is the introduction of Rick Flag Sr. and how he took over for Miss Waller from season 2 and from the Suicide Squad. So now we're seeing how Rick Flag Sr. got into this position. So the first thing he has accountable is he needs to see the fouls, and he needs to see the fouls immediately of his son being murdered. So am I saying his name right? Is accommodating them with the fouls so he could look at how Peacemaker, deleted his son off the timeline. So they go back and they show you, what happened in the Suicide Squad. Again, I believe James Gunn is doing an excellent job, connecting the dots of the Suicide Squad. What happened in that, even though that was in the DCEU, but they made it relevant, relevant in this show, which I love. And you could tell the anger and the hurt that he has at Peacemaker, deleted his son. So he's like, F Peacemaker, we gotta surveillance him. I'm gonna find anything to. And this is kind of sad because in Superman, so this must be Superman happens, in the past, and now, in a we're getting close to this particular timeline, and I wonder, is this timeline going to connect to Creature Commandos towards the end of the series? I think that's what I'm more anxious about. Of course, we got 8 episodes, and we're only in episode 2. So, he's like, hey, I wanted surveillance. I want everything on it. So we get to the intro, and I'm gonna skip the intro. Again, I think when James Gunn is in this type of wheelhouse, when he has all of, the things that he likes to do, his brand of humor, all of that at his disposal, I believe that his work is even better to me. And the emotional tone, and a lot of people be like, oh, he always breaks his stuff off with a joke or whatever. In this series, there's jokes in it, but when it needs to be heartfelt, it's heartfelt. And again, I don't know what with the attack on James Gunn is, I just don't operate in that wheelhouse, but I just think he works better in this series than in a lot of stuff that he does to me. And John Cena, realizing that he killed his alternate self in the different universe, tries his hardest to roll this body up. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in here dying watching this. Junior Network, to me, that's what it feels like. It feels like forced hatred just to hate the guy, but I don't hate this guy like that. I think he's a phenomenal director. I think he works best, with characters that are not widely known. Not saying anything is wrong with Superman, because I actually really like Superman, but I just think he's better with Peacemaker. But he goes in, of course, he tried to roll up. He tried to roll up my man several times, and it just wasn't working. He was freaking out. So, we got John Cena's butt, but he's over here washing off the blood. We get back to Abadeo. Am I saying their names right? It's a combination of my voice and am I saying these characters' names right? Yeah, Adebayo. So she goes back to her ex girlfriend's apartment. Was getting some stuff for the hair, and we us that's been in relationships and things ain't worked out right. We know what this is. She just wanted to see her. That's all it was. And she was having a moment. She was with the dogs, and then her girlfriend walks in and she's like, look, we're broken up. You ain't supposed to be here. She went on her Deborah Cox. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's supposed to be here. I tried that love thing for the last time. And I know I ain't saying it right, but that's the same face everybody's making, like, dude, never sing again. You know what I mean? But, she's trying to work it out. And I understand. She's like, we tried to take a break. She was like, nah, that ain't what it is. What's funny? Where the wokies at? This is woke. You know what I'm saying? What it said? Make a show. Make it gay or something. Whatever. Make it a woman, then make it gay or whatever that little stupid saying buzzword saying it is. Nobody never talks about that. You know what I'm saying? But Adebayo was missing that part of love. Every one of the 11th Street kids are having an interest, a personal crisis just going on within their lives, except for Vigilante, because he is a crisis. But I think, I know that this wasn't supposed to be funny, but I was laughing my ass off on this because this lady was trying her hardest to be like, look, if somebody is beating you, there's people that need help. And okay, I get it. I think she was a little bit overstepping her batteries too much, a little too much. But she was really trying to help, and hardcore went straight off on her. I was rolling, and then she called my man Beaker. Back, my man back over here. Called him old Beaker. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because my man's neck and chin is almost starting to connect. My man looked like Beaker. You know what I'm saying? He asked, he was like, that's a Muppet. He was like, is that cool? No. And she was even thinking about applying it to the little shop, saying drugstore, just because she need to pay her bills. The only thing she can afford is some chip and dip. Yeah, you need a job. So we get to where hold on. Let me just make sure that I'm saying people's names right because I be jacking up. John Economo. So Economo is on the job for Argus to surveillance Peacemaker, Chris. And man, my man Tim Meadows come in. And Tim Meadows is playing the character okay, this is what is this? Oh, I can't stand. You know what? I go to IMDb. Good God, I can't stand when I be looking for stuff and it be messing it up. Hold on, let's go to. Can we go to season 2? Is that okay? Can we? You know what? I can't stand this. I can't stand this stuff. All right, Tim Meadows' character. I forgot. Y'all put it in the comment section because I forgot. In IMDb and all this stuff is crap. Is I'm looking for cast members and it's showing me everything that I don't want to see. Come on, can we get to they see it showing me see okay, there we go. Langston Furley, that's who he's playing. So this is our first introduction. Tim Meadows is freaking amazing. I for one, him being in SNL back in the day, you know, and I loved him then what he did. What was it? The Love Machine? With the Love Machine? No. I forgot the character from SNL, but he did the whole movie for that. I remember going to the movies with the homie and going to go see that. Hilarious. Tim Meadows is just an amazing talent. But he comes in, of course, he's there to make sure to look after babysit Chris and babysit Chris. The ladies, man, what I say? I'm over here just all of this ain't working right now. All of it ain't working. But yeah, so he goes in, he's over there to make sure that that Economo is not leaking stuff, you know, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. My man Chris is coming out. I gotta skip a lot of past this. Hold on for just a second. Because a lot of this I can't show. So give me just a moment. Okay. All right. So we're back in the truck and for is because it's just naked folks all over the place. So I'm gonna try my damnness to try to make sure that I skip past a lot of this stuff so I don't get in trouble. But so, you know, he's over there, he's warming him up. What do you call him? He called him Ginger, Ginger Cool. He was like, because he was trying to figure out how to be able to you know, connect with him or whatever. And all he's doing is just trying to, you know, get more intel exactly what Chris got going on or whatever. But he kept saying, come on, man, that is not cool, calling him Ginger Cool. So Adebayo comes over. She's, you know, he's with Chris. And I love their dynamic in this show is friends. I think is way better than anything else in the show. And the reason why I say this is because she's the only person that Chris is or the only person on this show besides Hardcore that Chris can be himself with, you know, and he can be vulnerable. He can talk about stuff, you know, and she really, you know, cares for Chris and really tries to help him. But this scene is hilarious because he called it Pokemon. He was like, especially when Vigilante comes over, he was like, man, I bet he collected all the Pokemon in school. He was like, what is that supposed to mean? He's a nerd. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, it's called Pokemon. I mean, their dynamic is hilarious. But of course, Chris is showing her all the anomalies is going on, and she lets him know that he's being watched by Argus. So Also with the other stuff that is going on, he's really trying to he's trying to keep it together. You know what I mean? It's like you have a crisis, and you need to talk. And he was mocking her. And John Cena is absolutely perfect in this show. I mean, I don't see. He's one of those talents that took a obscure character and legitimately made it his own and make him like a lot. And here comes Vigilante. And I was wondering why he was cheesing this damn hard. And we're gonna get to that because there's some stuff in this episode. I'm like, dang, but this is the old poker. Oh, yep, that's right. I gotta skip it. And Vigilante was like, hey, you can call me over for a favor, but you can't call me over to party. Uh-oh. Can't you stop that gotta skip past all of that. Hey, look, I'm sorry, YouTube. I wasn't trying to do it. I skipped it. But he was like, but he was telling them like, he was like, this wasn't, it was just the way that I cope is I get into some flesh. Then he was like, you don't look like basically you have sex either. And he was like, because sex is gross. Or whatever. This whole conversation was wild. So he let him know that he was going into the oh my God, my head is like pounding right now. But he was going into the 3D dimensional chamber where the other Chris is laying at. I'm just calling him Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows tells I think, oh man, what is her name in this series? Bordeaux. He told Bordeaux, hey, there's another anomaly coming up. We're gonna, get some people together so we could go and, storm his house. So that's what they're prepping for. He Economo knows it. There's really nothing you can do. So we get to Vigilante and Chris going over and talking about, the alternate version of himself. And he was like, you don't want to meet your ultimate self. Once you look it in the eye, it's freaky. And he was like, yeah, I do. So they get to chop it. Oh my God. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm like, they chopping up the body. Like, oh man, this is going to make it worse. When your alternate dad and alternate brother finds out that you killed your alternate self, which is still their family, and chopped it up, they're going to have a problem. And I guess it's a full circle moment because he accidentally killed his brother. He killed his dad. Now he killed himself. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else. That's crazy to think of. Like, if you think about it, you not only kill yourself, you kill everybody else in your family. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't really just wigged out. You know what I'm saying? So far. But I guess, chopping up yourself and having your head roll around on the ground like it's a Mortal Kombat fatality, I this is just why. I'm not gonna lie. I kept laughing though. I don't know why that I'm laughing because it's not funny, but it is funny. You know what I mean? And Vigilante is wiping the floor, dancing. You know what I'm saying? They're literally throwing away limbs and cooking it. And then the creature from the other dimension comes in, and he was like, stay the F out of my business. You know what I mean? It's like, it was wild. He was like, who is that guy? That's cool. He was like, just some a-hole that doesn't speak when I be speaking to him. And I'm something is wrong with me. I was cracking up. I was rolling. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was rolling. Okay. So, in the midst of him chopping up the body, he gets the alternate Chris's phone. And when he got the alternate Chris's phone, of course, it's under, his facial scan. So he went into the phone and see what was going on. And, went to Amelia Hardcore's um their text messages and stuff, and start looking at their videos and stuff like this. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a little heartbreaking because all he really, let's just be honest, all Chris wants is love. That's it. All Chris wants is love. And he's not experiencing the love he feels like he deserves. And even after all the events of season one, Hardcore slept with him and but didn't want to be with him. And ladies, men get in their feelings when you sleep with us and then discard us like we're trash. Like we didn't matter. Like last night didn't mean nothing to you. And I feel like meat. You use me for a piece of meat and I don't like it. And that's exactly kind of what Chris is feeling with the other hardcore. But he's in this universe where he could be able to have the love of his life. He could be adorned. In this, in this alternate universe, he sees them together. Who wouldn't want to be in a land where you're accepted? So I understood all of this. But you got the guys who's getting ready to it be like this, Aisha, just terrible. It's just like in Boomerang after she left the $40 on his nightstand. You know what I mean? Like, dang, why you gotta leave the 40? Okay. All right. This is all it was. Terrible. But you get the cast of characters who's getting ready to storm Chris's home. And this fool, Tim Meadows, named them all like he named the woman titties. He called the Mexican dude Mexicano, Encino Man, and then I forgot what the other dude's name. The dude who played that was in She-Hulk, that was Lord, not Frogger. I forgot his name. Y'all know. Put it in the comment section. I am literally having a crisis inside of my head. And I can't get out. I can't think straight. I'm not even gonna hold you. He said episode was crazy. Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. seems funny. Not Sammy Davis Jr. That's my man though. Yeah, it's a barely legal. Yeah. So they go in and their team is kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to explain what a housewarming gift is. And they was like, no, a housewarming gift is when somebody moves into a new home and you give them a gift. And you're like, it was a troll job. You did the right thing, Aisha. But he was like, no, if I decide to give them a gift in their home, it's a house and it's warm, it's a housewarming gift. He was just like, because he was like, okay, we can go after Chris leaves. After Chris, because they want to make sure he doesn't double back. And they go through this whole spiel. And it was naturally what I liked about this. It was naturally funny. It wasn't like forced humor. It was actually like people having a conversation. And Hardcore is over there checking her wounds after she done got her behind whooped. You know what I'm saying? And Economo comes and picks her up, but Hardcore being the toxic masculine person that she is, she goes to the party, basically makes him, shut the door. And the 11th Street gang is back at it again. They're having fun. He's tossing the Economo beers that he can't grab. He was like, I should have just handed it to you anyway. So Chris and Adebayo come together. They start kicking it. They're having fun. They're getting back together while they go in and bust into Chris's Chris's house. One thing I failed to mention in that scene where the agents are talking, he revealed that he has a bird sensitivity. Like he can't decipher or his flurry. He can't decipher the size of a bird. I've never heard of that in my life. So a duck could be the size of an eagle, so on and so forth. Well, this is wild. This is wild. So they go into the house, they bust in, you know, they're starting to look around, they're looking for the anomaly, and they find it. They find that the extraterrestrial activity, blur blindness. That's what. Thank you, DeAndre. Thank you. I need another DeAndre to help me. You could be my alternative me. I don't know. From another dimension. I can't tell. But soon as they open up, okay, so I don't want to take theory time because heavy spoilers uses that. But this is tinfoil hat time. I'm going to say it like this. Tinfoil hat time. I think the eagly that, what's up, Robert D? I think the eagly that's in this series is from the alternate universe. And it's not the same eagly. It's just, there's something off about all of this. And again, to me, y'all can put it in the comment section and tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm right. But to me, I believe that this is handling like a multiverse or even your alternate verse better than anything that I've seen since Everything Always, the movie about the multiverse. I just think they're handling the multiverse thing a lot better because it's just subtle differences, but the people still act the same. But it's like the avid, the reverse. But I also think, like I said, the eagly, it's not the eagly from the same universe. I think he's from the universe with the alternate Chris. That's just my theory. So they go in and eagly starts handling business. There's a lot of the shots that if you know this scene, man, I got my eye on you. If you know what this scene is. But man, this eagerly went ham on all of these fools in here. Went ham. And again, this is another animal James Gunn is using to be a badass. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about chopping necks. You know what I'm saying? All of that pecking all at your neck. And he was like, he told him a damn duck did it. So Eagly walked off like I like this because Eagly walked off like a boss. This was so freaking dope. I loved every minute of it. While Chris and them is out there kicking it, having a good time. Again, Chris is trying to get Hardcore to just open up to him. And Adebayo tells Lord have mercy, brain work Claremos that Hardcore and basically Chris got kind of a thing. You know what I mean? But he was also talking about the job. He was like, if you don't like the job, just quit. Just do what I'm doing. He was like, are you making any money? You're like, not yet, but at least I'm free to do what I want to do. Because he doesn't want to tell him like all the way what's going on. Maybe they got some people watching him also. I don't know. Exactly, DeAndre. That's what I believe. But he was like, hey, maybe, you could do something for yourself. And he was actually just pushing him to leave Argus and basically do what you do. And I love her character. She's the affectionate mama bear of the group. You know what I mean? But they got tore up. And again, Chris is trying to talk to Hardcore, and trying to express what we call ladies' feelings. My man is over here pouring his heart out, ladies. And y'all just reject it. Uses us as flesh meat. That's all we are. And I don't like it. My feelings are Hurt. And I don't mean Jalen. He has an S at the end. But still, it hurts. But again, he's just trying to express himself. And she's not trying to open up to none of that. And she just walks away from him, and Vigilante's in this the dunce getting drunk, pouring, honey sauce all over his body, So he's drunk. He goes back. He basically the equivalent of drug texting your ex. But even when, he's over there with Eagly, and he's giving, he's, doing this thing with Eagly. Eagly's loving it or whatever. But again, there's something different about this Eagly, because this Eagly is not as affectionate as the Eagly in season 1. I think DeAndre pointed that out in the chat. So he does the equivalent of a drunk text. He texts his ex. You know what I mean? Now, of course, she can't receive it because he's in a whole, another universe with his phone. So he goes over to the other universe, goes and texts her. And when she texts him back, and I love the way that they frame this, because he was trying to wait to see what she says. Again, his Amelia Hardcore rejected him, but in this Amelia Hart misses Chris, and she sends the broken heart emoji because she misses her man. And just the way that this is framed and everything. And that is the end of the episode. I can't believe I got through this episode with my voice sounding like Eagly done clipped my wings, but I'm not going to lie, though. I love a good drunk text. I've never drunk text because I can't function when I'm drunk. I can't. If I'm drunk, the last thing I'm doing is texting. That's the last thing. You call me, I might cuss you out. No, I won't, because I'd be drunk and I'd be like, and I talk to you. And I'll talk to you later. Oh, no. I don't want to talk to you now. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Thank you, Aisha. I made it through. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna give up. That was terrible. But yeah, this Eagly got an eye on you. You know what I'm saying? Of the Foreman Media, I have never seen get popped like that. It was wild. But I also think that that's not his Eagly. I think that that's an alternate universe Eagly, because he already said, man, I just let Eagly go far around in here. You already know that the alternate universe, Chris's weapons and his helmet was already there. So I could just see these two birds, flying in swapping places. Kind of like what you see with Chris. You know what I mean? And then because Eagly in this episode was so aggressive in all of that. Now, we've seen it, but it was only because Chris trained him to do it. This Eagly was just raw. So we already seen the alternate Chris be raw too when he first interacted with Chris from the very jump. So I believe that that's giving me the clues that we're different. We even have a different Eagly. But I can't wait to see what more of this. See, James Gunn is like, man, I got these. I got these cameos. I got this. I'm not gonna lie. I know I said Superman would be dope. I think Batmite, that's been thrown out there from some different YouTubers and stuff like that. Batmite, that's not what what I really would almost flip. Not even gonna lie to you. Yes, Supergirl. Yes, Superman. Creature Commandos. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think that too. But if the Creature Commandos show up, you already got Rick Flag in his maybe 6 months or whatever, and so they can connect the timeline. But if the Creature Commandos show up, because they already said what did James Gunn said back when the DCU started, he said if you're in the cartoons, you will also be in live action. And because I love what he did with Creature Commandos. I loved every episode of Creature Commandos. Just think about them showing up in live action here. A lot of other people said they would like if Eldest godly. Come on, brain. Idris Elba showed up here. I'm about to go lay down. I was gonna go work out. I might still go work out a little bit, but after that, I'm gonna take a shower and lay down and rest my voice because this sucks. But they were talking about that. I will be hyped for that. But the Creature Commando showing up to be, you know what I'm saying, in live action, I'll be hyped for that. They did delete Nina though. Yeah. So we're about to see I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. But I mean, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are y'all enjoying Peacemaker? Enjoying the episode so far? Did you even enjoy season 1? If you're watching this, watch this on a replay. Put it in the comment section and tell me what you guys think.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I'm about to go and wrap this up. I am, King Shark, Weasel, King Shark, all of that. But I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to go rest my voice. I'm going to do all of that. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mack Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and Vampire. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. There will be no shows on Labor Day. Enjoy unless there's something that dramatically happens, I'm not doing a show on Labor Day. Enjoy your family. Where is my outro at? Look, you already know. I've been here too long, but I gotta go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.